Here's what I want to tell you. If you are not using video to promote your business, you're making a huge business mistake. All right, I want to repeat that. If you're not using video to promote your business, your product or your service, or you, and we'll talk about that in some future posts, why you should be promoting yourself as well, you're making a huge mistake. And here are the reasons why. And I'm going to give them to you in reverse order. 52% of the people, of the 1.6 billion people on the internet, watch videos online. 27% of the 1.6 billion people on the internet go specifically online to watch videos. Video is not only the hottest craze on the internet, it's also one of the most sticky parts of the internet. And by sticky meaning the amount of time that a visitor spends on one page on the internet. There's an average up to 9 minutes that a person will watch a video. Now I want you to think about how much of your brand message can you get into a 9-minute video. The industry standard has been for years, since the 50s, has been 30-second spot. And companies have to cram their brand message into that 30-second spot to you. And that's why you see these funny commercials and poignant commercials and things with kids, and because they only got 30 seconds to get your attention. But now you've got 9 minutes on an online video to talk about your product, service, benefits, features, whatever. So that's pretty powerful. The next thing is a little more psychological, but very powerful as well. Video will help you create a rapport with the consumer. Okay? And what do I mean by that? People do business with companies that they know and that they trust. And once again, with those 30-second spots, the way that corporations have been doing it, they do it through repetition. They'll show you that 30-second commercial over and over and over and over until you just feel like you know the brand and the company. And you see their branding images everywhere. So, but with online video, it's really the next best thing to being. The best way to create that rapport is actually one-on-one. And you can't possibly do one-on-one with everybody. But with online video, you're seeing me. You get to hear my voice. You know what I look like. You hear my voice, the tonality. You see the gestures that I make. You get a feel for the kind of person that I am. And either you're repelled, say, look, I don't like this guy, he gets on my nerves, or you're attracted to me. Now, I don't mean attracted physically, although if you are physically attracted, video is definitely definitely helps with going a long way in video. But I mean attracted in terms of, hey, I like what this guy's saying. I like the message that he's putting out there. He seems to know what he's talking about. And that goes a long way in generating a sale. Now that also leads into my next point. Video can definitely help position you as a leader or an expert in your field. If, for example, you put videos out there that's giving out great, credible information that adds value to the viewers, people will start seeing you as an expert in the field and as a leader. And people want to do business with leaders. Okay, so those are two great distinctions. So every single video that you put out there, it's like a little salesperson working 24 hours a day. So when people watch that video and they're attracted to you and they see you as a leader, and you basically lead them on through to your blog or your website or whatever, and that's where you sell them. Now, every single video that you put out there, you should post it as many places as possible. Because, once again, not just on YouTube, you want to post it lots of different places. Now, there are two companies. There's one company out there that will post video out there to 127 different video sharing websites for a small nominal monthly fee. Now 127 different, that's one video that's turned into 127 different salespeople out there 24 hours a day. Now imagine if you have 5 videos or 10 videos on every different product or service and different things about it. They're all out there working for you 24 hours a day, leading people to your website where you can generate the lead and the sale. Okay? Now there's another website out there that'll post your video to 35 different video sharing websites for free. Absolutely free. So that's very, very powerful. Okay? But I saved the best 2 reasons for last. And the second best reason why you should be using video to promote your business is Google loves video. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, when people go on a search engine, you've probably used Google before, it's the #1 search engine in the world. when you type in there, it puts 10 different websites in rank from 1 to 10, and it's got several different pages. Well, you want to be on that first page because most people don't go to the second and third page. And you really want to be in the top 5 on that page. It's called above the fold, which is that first screen that you see. You don't want to have to scroll down. They call it above the fold. It's an old newspaper term. And you really like to be in the top 3 if possible. Well, video ranks higher and faster than non-video does on Google. So the example would be if, let's say I were a flower shop and I shoot a video about sunflowers, let's say. And you put up a web page about sunflowers. And we have a third party out here that does a article about sunflowers. Well, it's highly likely that my video will rank higher and faster than your website and this article that this person wrote, just because of Google loves video. It has to do with the algorithms that Google uses and everything, but basically that's SEO, search engine optimization, and we'll go into that through some other posts on this blog. But just suffice to say that video ranks higher and faster on Google, and that leads us to the #1 reason. Video gives you an incredible advantage over your competition. And here's what I mean. Most people know that Google is the #1 search engine in the world. Now what most people don't know is YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world. Now it kind of blows people's mind when I tell them that. So it's not Yahoo, it's not Bing, formerly MSN, not Ask or any other web. It's YouTube is the #2. So that means millions and millions and millions of people go on YouTube every day to search for different videos. Now, how is that applicable to you? Why do you care? Well, here's a real life example. I want you to do this. After you watch this video and go through the blog though, I want you to do this to prove the point. I want you to go to Google and type in the terms fishing equipment. Okay? Now, you're likely to see 2 things on Google. Now, this will vary slightly depending on when you do this and where you live and a couple of the variables. But basically, if you type in fishing equipment on Google, you'll notice first within that top 10 ranking that I mentioned earlier that there will likely be videos and or images that rank high on Google. Okay, because once again, like I said earlier, Google loves video. The second thing that you'll notice is there are over 22 million websites that reference the term fishing and equipment. So that's the 22 million competitors for us to get on that first page of Google where all the eyeballs are at, right? The millions of eyeballs. Now, after that, I want you to go on over to YouTube. I want you to type in the terms fishing equipment there. Now, you're going to notice a couple things. Some videos are going to pop up. And yes, there is competition on YouTube. However, there are only 26,000 websites on YouTube for fishing equipment, approximately 26,000. So I want you to think about that for a second. By going on YouTube, the second largest search engine in the world, we've eliminated over 21 million competitors. Because basically, most people just don't put videos on YouTube. They just don't know about it. And it gives you an incredible advantage over your competitors. Now, I want to give you another example, okay, to kind of drive this point home. Let's say you and I go into business. I come to you and say, hey, we're going to go into business. We're going to make a lot of money, right? Then we give you 2 options of what we can do. We can go into business A, which is the largest market in the world. If we can only get a small piece of it, we can be rich, right? So, but the downside of that business A is we have over 22 million competitors, all right? Or we can go into business B. Now the market's not as big, but it is the #2 market in the world. But we only have 26,000 competitors. That alone should give you an answer. But I'm going to sweeten the pot for you. The things that we do to reach #1, to reach at the top of that 26,000 competitors on YouTube, will automatically and simultaneously put us at the top of business A. So remember, Google loves video. So when we get to the top of YouTube, it'll automatically put us over to the top of Google too. All right? Now, if that's not enough for you, I'm going to sweeten the pie even more. We can do all of this for free. Not one dime. Now, that assumes that you already have a camera and some equipment. But even if you don't, it's a small nominal fee to get the camera and equipment for the benefit that it yields. So I hope that I've driven home the point of why you should be using video to promote your business, your product, and yourself. It's just self-evident the benefits of video marketing.